Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited. You should be excited too. One of my favorite days, the lottery, the NSL lottery, as I like to call it this year, the LottoLympics. Why am I calling it that? Because we have 5 different events for you this year. We're going to show you what these events are right now. Number 1, we're going to start off with the ball race. 12 players, 12 names, 12 balls, a lot of balls, all racing to the bottom. Event number 2, you should all be familiar with this from last year. It's the ducky race. Event number 3, the 100-yard rush. Who will make it across that football field first? Event number 4, one I'm excited about, football GM sim. You'll see when we get there, but everybody's going to be assigned a random team in football GM. We're going to play out a full season and see who comes out on top. And finally, a special guest event that I am very excited to share with you. Folks, I'm not going to waste your time anymore. We don't want to make this a 20-minute video. Let's get right into event number 1, the ball race. All right, everybody, we are here with event number 1, the ball race. You know the players, you know the names, you know the game. You've seen it on TikTok before. All 12 of these balls racing to see who gets to the bottom first. And right now, Will off to a good start. I believe he's representing Vietnam. Gets a great drop through the first obstacle. Him and Brazil, who is going to be Luke. I've got to hit full screen right here to take a good look at this. And they get stuck on the left side, though, giving everybody else a chance to catch up. But Luke sneaks through first onto the hammers. Mike close behind. Ashley and Will come in as well. Will regaining his first place spot, but Ashley sneaks through. Can Luke and Will keep up here? Cam now getting up into the top tier of these players. Luke onto the bubbles first. Will close behind him. These top 2 contenders coming through. We're getting close to the end here. Luke going to be the first one to finish. Will close behind him. Gets into second place. Mike and Ashley just behind him. This game brought to you by Monopoly Go. Cam comes in representing Germany. Hunter 6, Justin 7, Noah 8 with that Chinese flag. Cole and Aiden coming in 9 and 10 and now waiting on those last 2 stragglers. Demi is going to come in at 11th place. And the final ball, still waiting to drop. Is he going to get a DNF? No, he does make it in eventually. It is going to be Alex. There are your results from the first round. We will head over to the board to tally them up. And after your first event, these are your scores here, folks. Remember, it's not as simple as first and last place. You know, we're going to tally up the scores from every single one of these events. And the end, it's going to determine your draft order, so pay close attention so you know where you're picking. But after one event, these are your leaders. And we are going to head right into event number 2. Very excited about this. It's the ducky race. You should all be familiar from last year when Ashley took home the gold in this one. Will she repeat her success from last season as the Ducks are off? The budget a little bit low here at NSL, so we could not pay for super full screen, unfortunately, but we still get a pretty good view and a tight pack right now, but starting to spread out a little bit. Demi bringing up the rear, Justin right back there with him, and Luke a clear back 3. Up at the front, still pretty close, but Hunter and Cole looking like the early favorites as we are just a little over halfway done. 18 seconds left here in this race, and now the pack starting to group up again, and Luke coming from the back to kind of make a little push here. 10 seconds left. Aiden really wants this win here. He is using all his energy at the end here. Is he going to be able to secure first place? Yes, he will. Aiden, a big win there for him as he did not have a great showing in the first event, but he comes out victorious in the duck race. First place for Aiden. Ashley, we knew she was formidable in this event. She comes in second, repeating her success from last year. Will in third, Noah 4th, Hunter 5th, Cam 6th, Luke 7th, Justin 8th, Alex 9th, Demi 10th, Cole 11th, and Mike bringing up the rear there. We will head to the table to see our cumulative results from round 2. And after 2 events, we have Will in the lead with 21 points. Ashley right behind him with 20. Bringing up the rear there, Alex and Demi tied with 5 points. They're really going to have to improve in the second half of the LottoLympics here. Folks, let's get on to the third event, the 100-yard rush. And for event number 3, we've got the 100-yard rush. It's real simple, folks. It is a race to the finish. We are going to get underway here in 3, 2, 1. The guns are off. The players are running. Demi, a big sprint out early there. He is determined to get his points up here after a terrible showing in the first two events. Will and Luke close behind him. Justin bringing up the rear in last place, as he so often is. And Cole now has surpassed Demi. Alex in front of him as well. Did Demi gas himself too early? Cam up the top sideline, really trying to make something happen here. Hunter and Justin, again, as we're so used to seeing, they are just doing terrible in this league. Mike, Alex, and Demi, a clear top three here. Ashley trying to make it interesting as well. And Cam making a sneaky push up left. Will we see? And Demi, a huge sprint there. God, making massive gains here. Demi has turned on the gas, reaching a different level of competitive spirit that we have not seen in this competition before. But again, did he gas himself too early? Now slowing down inside the 10-yard line. Ashley and Mike able to catch up, but Demi, another quick sprint. He is so close to securing that first place and 12 points, and it is his. He comes in first. Mike and Ashley. Looks like Ashley's going to get second. Mike in third. Cole really wants to get there. Teetering on that line. He's going to come in fourth. Hunter, oh my goodness. Hunter, is he going to even get off of the field? Can he make it off the field? Alex coming in fifth. Cam just barely sneaking in. No, he chokes it at the line. Sixth for Justin, seventh for Cam, eighth for Luke, ninth for Aiden. Noah coming in 10th. Now it's Will and Hunter, and it's really just Will because Hunter, just a terrible showing here. Will coming in 11th, and Hunter had some real ground to make up, and this was just not the showing that he wanted to have here. There are your final results for event number 3, and we will take it over to the board to look at our cumulative points so far. And 3 events in, we have a clear leader here. Ashley on 31 points, another second place finish for her. She's just having an all-around great showing. Bringing up the rear there, Alex, a decent race from him in the 100-yard rush to get him 8 points, but that last place finish in the ball race and that 4 points from the duck race are really going to hurt him here. There's still 2 events to go, and these 2 of my favorite events here. So we will see. Anything can happen, folks. Will Ashley choke it away? Will Alex have the comeback of a lifetime for that first pick? We will see, but let's head to the Football GM Sim. All right, folks, I'm very excited for this event. Essentially, if you're not familiar, this is a game called Football GM. You can see it at the top there. It's a text-based football simulation game. All we're going to do, everybody has been assigned a randomly generated team with a randomly generated roster in this Football GM league. We will go through the season. We will see who comes out on top. Everybody's making playoffs. It's a 12-team playoff, so you know what? Anything can happen in those playoffs. And listen to me when I tell you, this sim gets crazy. We're going to see who wins. We're going to award points based on the standings at the end of the year, and we're going to add it to our tally. Let's get started. Now, if you're interested on seeing everybody's roster, I'm happy to divulge that information. I still have the file saved. You can submit a Freedom of Information Act with the government, but essentially it takes like 10 minutes to go through all the rosters. So we're just going to get the season kicked off. You can see the playoffs there, 12-team playoff. Top 2 seeds in each conference get a bye. The Aiden's the only team to come out with a win week 1 in the NFC. The Lukes, the Alexes, the Justins, the Demis starting out with a win early here in the American Conference. And we got some more still lossless teams here up at the top. 0-3 for the Noahs, 0-3 for the Hunters, 0-3 for the Wills, 0-2 for the Ashleys. Terrible starts there. We knew Ashley was a skilled racer in this league, as she has proved in the first 3 events. But once we get to those non-racing events, can she hold her own against these other players? The Justins starting off 4-0, along with the Alexes starting off 4-0. And both teams looking to keep that perfect record as the only lossless teams left. And Justin is handed his first loss. Alex stays perfect on the season. 5-0, 6-0 now for Alex. On the reverse end of that, 0-6 for Will and Hunter. Will finally able to get a win. Hunter staying at 0-7 here. Alex moving up to 7-0. Hunter gets his first win. Alex now being usurped by Justin as he takes his 8th win during Alex's bye week. Can Alex catch up again? No, he's going to get handed another loss, and Justin widens his lead here. 9-1 on the season. Luke 7-2 as well. Cam trying to sneak up here at 7-4 right now. 8-4, another win for Cam. Justin gets handed a second loss, 9-2. Tampa Alex is 7-2 still. We will see who comes out on top at the end of the season. Remember, the top 2 seeds get those buys. So that's all you got to be, top 2 seed, and then you hit the playoffs, and anything can happen, folks. Hunter and Will, 2-9, bringing up the bottom here. Still struggling in this season. 9-3 for Justin. Now 9-3 for Luke, coming out of nowhere as Alex gets handed his second loss in a row. Still got a crazy point differential of plus 128, but it's not translating to wins right now. We're not sure why we've clicked on Mike's roster there, but there you go. You get a little sneak peek. Justin now at 10-3, holding a pretty solid lead here over the American Conference, but he loses there 10-4. And the Alex is tied for first in the American Conference, both at 10-4, 11-4 for Alex, 10-5 for Justin, as Alex is now on a 3-game win streak. But Ashley down at the bottom here, we were skeptical about her skills in the non-racing events, but she is on a 6-game win streak and is now 11-5. She does get handed a loss to end the season here. But as we head into the playoffs, we can see the standings. The New Orleans Ashley's 11-6. The Nashville Luke's 12-5. Those are your 1 seeds. Tampa Alex is 12-5, tied with Luke, but he lost the tiebreaker, so he will be the 2 seed. Still gets that bye, though. Still a valuable spot. The Seattle Coles 10-7, and you can look at the rest because I don't feel like explaining all of them after that. We will head into the first week of the playoffs. Who will advance? The Minneapolis Noahs win 24-10 over the Aidens. The Cams beat the Hunters 27-17, 20-13 in favor of the Demis over the Mikes. That classic rivalry showing itself again. And a huge upset there. The 5-12 Phoenix Wills taking down the 10-7 New York Justins. A huge choke job. I should also mention that the points based on the end are who had the better record in the regular season and who scored the most points in each round. That's the tiebreakers for who gets seeded over who in these playoff wins. And we are on to the finals here. The Seattle Coles versus the Nashville Lukes. It was a 1-score game in the NFC Championship. A tight one here. Who will come out victorious? And the Coles get a win under their belt here, 18-14, bit of an upset, but they take it home in the football GM sim. Let's head over to the table to see who's in the lead as we get down to our final event here. And after 4 events, Ashley's still holding her lead, but Luke creeping up there with a big performance there in the football GM sim. He's got 34 points to Ashley's 38, with a chance here in our final event to take that first pick. And folks, speaking of our final event, it's a special guest, a man who needs no introduction except for right now because I haven't told you who he is. It is my good, close friend. You may remember him from last year. He is gladly back to help us out with the lottery this season. It is the real Aaron Rodgers. Now, I must give a disclaimer. In my personal text to his personal phone number, because he is the real Aaron Rodgers and I know him personally, I misspoke a little bit. And I didn't clarify that this was only 1 event out of 5 events. So he kind of thought that he was just giving us the straight up order. He's just doing the points. Ignore him when he says this is your pick. It's not your pick. You've watched the whole video up to this point. If you don't get that, you should hurt yourself. All right, let's get into the final event here. Aaron Rodgers, give us those scores.
Hey everybody in the NSL Fantasy Football League. I'm so excited to be back helping your league out. Look, I've got a lot on the go. I'm getting ready to take the Pittsburgh Steelers to absolutely the Super Bowl this year. I'm getting ready to win another MVP trophy, but I wanted to take a moment to announce the draft order for your fantasy football league. Now, I have been asked to select the teams based on how lame their names are. It's an interesting way to do it. I think it's appropriate, and I think I'm uniquely qualified to get to make these decisions. We are going to start at the bottom of the list. That's right, the 12th pick, the last pick, the loser of the lamest names, perhaps the winner of the lamest names, you might say. It is Hunter. I shouldn't have to explain myself, but it's political. The 11th pick, it's going to Mike number 2, and the 10th pick to Mike number 1. Now, your commish, Noah, wasn't smart enough to give me the last initials for each of those two Mikes, so Mike number 1 is the youngest, Mike number 2 is the oldest, Mike 2 goes 11th, Mike 1 goes 10th, and Noah, guess what? You go 9th, because Noah, what are you, a Bible character?
And yet we are getting word that there was a mistake here made. The event organizers, a pretty terrible oversight. They submitted Mike's name twice instead of Alex's name. Since Aaron Rodgers specified that the Mike 1 was the youngest, our research team has gotten back to us and has informed us that Mike is in fact younger than Alex. So we will go by Aaron's rules. We will use the youngest, oldest to settle that, and we will get right back into the action right now.
The 8th pick goes to Will. All I can think of is Will and Grace, and I think you understand where I stand on these things. The 7th pick goes to Aiden. Your name sounds like you are probably about a 8-year-old boy working his way through elementary school. The 6th pick goes to Demi, which I just hope is another Noah screw-up and is a spelling mistake. The 5th pick to Cole. We're getting a little cooler. We're getting, I don't mind that one. Justin is the 4th pick. I like that name. 3rd pick is Luke. Reminds me of Star Wars. I love it. 2nd pick is Cam. Other than Cam Newton, I like most of them. And that means the number 1 pick, it's going to Ashley, because of course it is. Ashley, give me a call. I know I'm married, but come on, I'm Aaron Rodgers. Good luck, everybody. Have a great draft. Have a blast this Fantasy Football League season, and make sure you are watching as I kick everybody's ass this year and I take the Steelers all the way to the promised land. Let's go.
So good to have my good friend Aaron back again. What an electric event there to cap us off. And at the end of our 5 events, Ashley, with just a phenomenal showing start to finish, securing it. She made no doubt about it that she was going to have that last pick, and she took it home, 50 points. What a phenomenal performance start to finish from her. Now, folks, we do have some ties, and this is what we're going to settle right here. Demi and Will tied at 33. Justin and Noah tied at 31. It's simple as a coin flip for each of them. We will head straight to that to determine who is getting what pick. We're not going to waste your time here, folks. Demi and Will flipping this coin for the 5th and 6th pick. Justin and Noah flipping for the 7th and 8th pick. Whoever's name it lands on will get the higher pick. Let's get right into it for these final standings. And for the 5th pick, a top 5 pick at stake here. Who will get it? One spin for it all. It is going to be Demi securing that 5th pick. Now on to Justin and Noah. And the 7th pick at stake here. Not as enticing, but we are going to get to this spin right away. And Justin, yes, he holds on to it. Justin will come away with the 7th pick, which means your final tally for the LottoLympics here. Ashley coming in first place here at 50 points, a phenomenal showing to secure her first overall pick in a row. Let's see what she does with it this year. Big surprise. Who could it be? Luke coming in second, 44 points. Cam with that 3rd pick at 38 points. Cole with 35 points. Demi winning that first tiebreaker, 33 points for the 5th pick. Will right behind him at that 6th pick. Justin winning his tiebreaker with the 7th pick. Noah coming in with that 8th pick. Aiden at the 9th pick. Mike at the 10th pick. Alex at 11. And Hunter, hey, he had a terrible, terrible LottoLympics showing, but it kind of worked in his favor because you get that 12-13 turn. Not a bad pick to have. Folks, That is your lottery. Remember, in 1 week, your keepers will be due for final selection. And then 1 week after that, the draft. And we get this season kicked off right. Somewhere in that mix, Justin's going to be doing that milk mile too. We will see you soon.